This idea of pure and impure, it's this patriarchal influence over Hinduism, which is kind of what deems women not fit to be priests or ritualists. I just thought that it was really hypocritical that we're worshiping the goddess as a teacher, as the provider, Lakshmi, as the warrior, Kali or Durga, but yet, as women, we're made to feel so small, like our voices can't be heard. We're not women that actually tame beasts or tigers. We're not actually meant to teach people or to perpetuate knowledge. It's all hypocritical. It really started out as a rebellion. Me kind of showing my dad, well, look, I can do this better than you. How literal we take things as Hindus, it enslaves people in their way of thinking. And it's kind of teaching you to just shut up and sit down. And it's this idea of blind belief that it perpetuates. My name is Pratima Sri Doobay. I'm 28 years old, and I'm a priestess in training. The idea of a pandita, it's never existed in my family or in my community. I come from a long lineage of priests. My father is a Pandit Mahendra Doobay. Growing up and I guess being under the tutelage of my father, I've seen the power in holding that platform and how you can reach the community and how you can touch them. The power that your words can have to them, especially when you're connecting their spirituality to language.
Pratima was totally a daddy's girl. Dad was her babysitter until she became 7. She and her dad share a very strange relationship. They can have dialogues on religious aspect. There are things that Pratima would not tell me, but she would tell Dad. They disagree. They disagree a lot. Sometimes there is absolute silence between the two of them. But at the end of the day, it's Dad and it's Pratima, and the bond is there. I know it's there.
I definitely have formed my own connection to faith outside of my relationship to my father and my mother. Up until I was 18 years old, I was kind of impressionable in the sense where everything that my father and my mother told me I should live by, I never questioned it. And I was doing it blindly. This is my picture, a Christmas picture of my siblings and I. Oh, doesn't that smell good? Yeah, it's all about that sizzle. And for me, it's really about the colors. I just love my food to be colorful. When I told him that I wanted to be a priestess, at first he thought I was just talking. He was just like, yeah, okay, all right, cool. Yeah, you can be a priestess. If you were a pandita, it was either deemed as a joke or you think you're a smart woman, so you're smarter than the pundit, so you're a pandita. It was very sarcastic. And then when he saw that I was becoming more serious about it, he would start to say to me, that's impossible, it can't happen. I've definitely grown up hearing, you bleed. Your body, it releases toxins every month, so how are you gonna perform ritual if you're doing that? I would start to challenge him, and I would start to really do my research and start debating with him. And then over time, my mom started to hear our debates, and she would start to hear my consciousness versus his consciousness. And my mom would be the one to kind of talk to him, and she'd be like, you know, she has a point, Vish. Like, you should listen to her. And if she wants to be a priestess, show her the light.
You see, the thing about parents is that they take the children for granted. Like children take their parents for granted. I have always encouraged her. You know, I know her potentials, I know her talents. I know she has a far way to go.
Shakti Om, Shanti Om. Soham, Soham, Soham. I was kind of hearing like this divine call, this revolutionary call of the goddess. I would go to sleep and I would have dreams of myself really connecting spiritually to like a crowd of people. And I'd always kind of seen myself in the dreams sitting up from the platform where I see my dad sitting and speaking to a crowd. I started to see myself in this light of, well, why can't I be a priest or a priestess? Why can't I continue this legacy? And I have this dire love to do it. I sing, I praise. Many priests in our community, they're not talking about spirituality. They're only talking at people. And that's where the problem lies.
There are many things that she does and she says that I don't like and I don't agree with. And I don't hesitate to let her know about how I feel because I love her enough to tell her when I disagree with her. But regardless of whatever happens, my support to be with her.
He did start taking me under his wing. He gave me the whole talk of, if this is what you want to do, then this is serious business. It's going to take a lot out of you. Being a pundit isn't just sitting down and doing ritual. It's being a person of the community. It's being someone who's always available to be there and hold space for someone else. I got this book. I'm not usually like an external chanter when I'm in my room, but I'll do that today just because it feels good to sing. I see myself as a creative, someone who can also relate to people in different ways. If someone likes to relate to faith and spirituality through bhajan and through music, I can do that. If you want to express your art through depiction of the goddess, I can give you a space to do that because it's all prasad, and prasad means an offering. Some fears that I had was that I wouldn't be accepted for who I am. And forget just being a female priest, a practitioner. It's the fact that I'm openly queer. And I don't parade saying that I'm queer just because I think it's trendy, but it's because visibility is important. And people often see queer folk as if they don't belong within religious institutions or as if they don't belong within a faith-based identity. I believe solely that if we call ourselves Hindus, that means that we have to live up to 3 core values, which is ekatva, inclusion for all, ahimsa, thoughts, words, deeds must all be nonviolent, and then finally seva, your service to the community. And in order to offer service to the community, you have to be welcoming to all. I am dark-skinned, so a lot of people would see me and they'd automatically look at me differently. Just because of my dark skin, they wouldn't imagine that I'm a priest's daughter. Colorism is a big deal in our community. Achieving fair-mindedness or rationale, going from Kali to Gauri, right? It doesn't mean that a woman is literally stripping herself of being dark-skinned and then going into being Mahagauri, the ultimate beautiful fair one. It's more or less that as human beings, we all go into this irrational, angry state of mind, and then we come out of that and we're just like, oh shit, okay, I don't have to react that way. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukhameva Bandhanat Mrityurmokshiyamamritat Om Shantihi 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 Harihi Om Har Har Mahadev. Thank you. However you identify, if you look a little differently, if you smell a little differently, if you come in and you don't understand what you're seeing and you want to ask a million questions, that should be a safe space. And I don't feel like it's that anymore. And I hope that it can evolve and be that. I do have many issues with the way that things have been portrayed via our scripts and really phrased based on patriarchal opinions. One of them is this idea of withholding knowledge, that it's not for everyone. Something as simple as namaste, what that means is the God within me bows and respects the God within you. It's literally a sign of inclusion, of love. I do see women feeling more empowered to embrace their spirituality, but to see power in performing rituals. Now they're seeing purpose, they're seeing the science of it, and they're understanding why they're doing it. Explaining those little things means the world to people. When you're a priest, it's like, is all that you do is just dress in Indian clothes and just eat prasad and just pray all day? And I'm like, no, dude, I listen to hip hop. I like Shake Shack veggie burgers. I wear normal clothes and Yankee fitteds. I'm chill. Despite being and interacting with many people, it's a very lonely field. When all of the festivities and everybody's done and they're out of your face, no one's there to check on you to see the kind of energies you've absorbed. No one even knows if you really have genuine friends around you or if they're just around you just because. People are like, oh my God, you come from a priest family. I have trauma surrounding you because people like you usually shit on me. They tell me what to do, they tell me how to live my life, and I'm not with that. And then I'm just like, well, dude, no, I'm just as imperfect as you. We're figuring this out together.
Tonight, it's only appropriate that I also have a male co-host to represent the divine masculinity as we're trying to empower the men in our community to see themselves as Lord Shiva.
If we started to see more vulnerabilities in our leaders, and we see that they're people reflecting imperfections that we also falter from, that might help us to not feel fear from them, but feel an understanding. I'm at this point where I believe that we need to take the God out of the temples now and see them everywhere.